Welcome to Texas All-Star Wrestling. Steve Stack, along with my co-host Gary Hart, and we've got a great lineup for you today. You'll see the exciting Tonga Kid teaming up with the Samoan. They'll be going into the ring against the new Diablos. Gary Hart's $1 million man, Bruiser Brody, is here tonight, battling it out, and I mean a battle and a brawl against Chief Wahoo McDaniel. We'll be talking to the United States heavyweight champion in our Texas All-Star close-up today. Of course, that's Austin Idol. The Golden Boy against Buddy Moreno, and then the Texas Tag Team Champions, the Magnificent Zulu and Madril, step into the ring to take on the Texas Longrider and the Wild Bull Ayala. And Gary Hart coming up in our opening match. We're going to see the most exciting professional wrestler ever to come into the state of Texas, and especially here with Texas All-Star Wrestling. I'm speaking of the Tonga Kid. You saw what happened on our opening here, where all the youngsters just come down to ringside and their eyes were all lit up. They were excited, and they loved the Tonga Kid.
26 years in the wrestling business, I've never had a chance to see anyone to excite the young children the way this Tonga Kid excites them. They're just elated. They idolize this man. But I want to tell all you children something. This is the wrestling business that we're in, not the dance business. And that's the difference.
Well, the Tonga Kid is not only a great break dancer and thrills the youngsters, he can wrestle.
He ain't no Bruiser Brody.
No, he's not as big as Bruiser Brody.
He's not as good as Bruiser Brody. He's not as big as Bruiser Brody. And he isn't a legend like Bruiser Brody. No matter if the kids love him, he still is not a great wrestler. Break dancer, maybe.
Well, he can't be a legend yet. He's only 19 years old. Let him be into professional wrestling as long as Bruiser Brody has, and his name will probably be
I don't deny that. I can't say enough good about this Tonga Kid. But at the same time, let's not forget who Bruiser Brody is.
Well, the Tonga Kid, we've got a special announcement about him and Big Bubba later on during this program, where they'll be inviting the youngsters down for a breakdance contest. And also, back to your $1 million man, Chief Wahoo McDaniel. We'll battle him out today.
Yeah, when you folks get a chance to see this, you're going to know why I spent the $1 million, because it's 3 of them on him, and they can't put him down.
Well, someday, somewhere down the road, that person is going to come that's going to take care of that $1 million man.
Somewhere over the rainbow, I would imagine, huh?
We'll find out. Texas All-Star Wrestling, the excitement is about to begin. Don't go away, because the Tonga Kid is really high-flying today here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. He's first, right after this. I go with Texas All-Star Wrestling at the arenas, the big ones, the small ones. Everybody is thrilled about the Tonga Kid. They can't wait till he gets into the ring, and Gary Hart, we're going to show the fans here in just a moment as the Tonga Kid and his cousin, the great Kokina, go up against the new Diablos.
The new Diablos, a very seasoned veteran team, been wrestling together for quite some time, and we'll just see how the Tonga Kid and his cousin can handle this situation.
Let's go now to the Hemisfair Arena, San Antonio, and pick up our ringside announcer, Mark Nolte.
Puts the Diablo into the ropes. Double forearm to the chest. The Diablo, now he'll use the rope. Double elbow to the back of the neck. There's the tag. Here comes Diablo 1. Diablo 2 staying in the ring. And both Diablos will catch Kokina with elbows on his way back from the rope. Side headlock. May have been in the eyes. Couldn't tell from this camera angle. Using the rope and scrapes the ropes across Kokina's eyes. Right hand to the top of the head. That one didn't look to phase Kokina very much. A second one. That one seemed to damage Diablo 1's right hand more than Kokina's head. A third one. Kokina now has the Diablo by the mask. A headbutt staggers Diablo 1 into the corner. Still bringing the Diablo up by the mask. Now the crowd's back into it. Headbutt by the Diablo. Now he's using the mask to keep Diablo up and administer headbutt. The Diablo wants to go down. but he's being supported by Kokina. That time he's allowed to go down after 3 headbutts. There's the tag. Here comes Tonga Kid. The Tonga Kid on the second rope. Dives off. Double chop to the head. 10 minutes gone. 20 minutes remain. Now Tonga's got the legs scissored. Will go up and down. Working the thighs across the legs. Now he's got the Diablo's legs straddled, and he'll drop a headbutt into the groin. Knee to the midsection by the Tonga Kid on Diablo 2 outside the ring. And Tonga may have been hit low. You couldn't quite tell from this camera angle. Front chancery by the Diablo, tags in Diablo 2. Full Nelson by Diablo 1. Diablo 2 mounts the second rope. Double forearm across the chest. The cover. 1, 2, and Kokina barely in for the save. Now Tonga Kid deposited between the second and third ropes out of the ring. Here comes Diablo 1 while the referee's distracted. The Diablo 1 taking advantage of the referee's back being turned. Body slams him on the concrete floor. Now Kokina coming around the ring to protect his partner. Diablo 2, the legal man, back in the ring. The referee backing him up before he can start the count. Kokina aiding his partner. Diablo, not a real bright move right here. The referee would like to make the count, but until the Diablo gets back, he can't. Now the Diablo's going to come back out after him. And both Diablos have the post split. And Diablo 1 puts Tonga Kid back up in the ring. Diablo 2 right there waiting on him. He lifts him up. Body slam. 1, 2. European style body slam by the Diablo. Has him up. Right hand across the side of the head. The Tonga Kid on Dream Street right now. A second one by the Diablo. A third one. The Tonga staggered but not down. A fourth one. A fifth one. And it doesn't look like they got him in. The Tonga Kid making somewhat of a return here.
Well, Marcus Tonga Kid, the most exciting man ever to come into professional wrestling here in Texas, and he is now catching from the Diablo.
All four in the ring. Double whip, double reverse. The Diablos collide.
Here comes the Tonga Kid, and look at that double hit, but there goes one of the Diablos. What are they going to do with the other one?
Whips him into the rope. Has him up. Power slam. Here comes Diablo number 1 back in. Tonga Kid on the rope. He'll use him for leverage. Diving headbutt. The cover. 1, 2, 3. That will be all.
What a move as he jumped on the back of one Diablo and onto the other one with the head and then the pin.
The Tonga Kid.
Those are the high-flying moves that make the Tonga Kid so exciting.
Well, let's be honest about it. He used his partner for a launching pad. That's absolutely, without question, wrong. He should have been disqualified for that particular move.
That is your opinion.
And my opinion means something because I've been in the wrestling business 26 years. You don't know nothing about wrestling.
Let me have your opinion. What about all these kids that come to the arenas? I have never seen so many youngsters ever participating in wrestling matches, and they're all coming to see Big Bubba and a Tonga Kid.
Reminds me of the story of the Pied Piper. Never seen anything like it in my life. The kids just love to watch the Tonga Kid break dance and fly through the air with the greatest of ease.
You're watching some of these youngsters break dance now, and they love to perform for the Tonga Kid just the way that he loves to perform for them.
Never seen so many kids at the wrestling matches in my life. This guy is a phenomena. The kids like him as much as they do Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny.
And we're going to tell all the kids out there, wherever the Tonga Kid and Bubba are, if they want to come down during the month of March and break dance for them, they'll judge the contest, and at the end of the March, we'll pick the best one out from the whole area everywhere we've been and award them a great prize of $100 savings.
$100? Maybe Bruiser Brody and I might get into that, because Brody can break dance too, you know.
What about you?
I can do anything. I'm from Chicago.
And also, we're going to be giving away Easter Sunday in San Antonio at Easter Sunday Wrestling Star Wars, a beautiful Honda 4-track 125 that the people are looking at right now. We're going to take this all over wherever we go. Anybody can register. And on Easter Sunday, we're going to give it away.
Give away?
That's right. We want to show our
Very
appreciation.
bad business, brother.
And of course, this beautiful Honda 4-track 125 is furnished by Cycle World Honda from San Antonio, the only exclusive Honda motorcycle dealer in San Antonio.
I know the place, and I know the people, and they're very trustworthy. But a Honda, huh? I wouldn't mind having a Honda myself for Corpus Christi, Padre Island. Boy, I could ride that sucker, couldn't I?
Yeah. Well, during the month of March, wherever Texas All-Star Wrestling is held, and Big Bubba and the Tonga Kid make an appearance, we're going to invite all the youngsters in the audience that would like to participate in the breakdance contest to come on down. Big Bubba and the Tonga Kid will judge the contest. We'll take the names of the winners of that town, and then at the end of March, we're going to select one winner from all the cities where Texas All-Star Wrestling was held. We're going to award 3 prizes. We'll have a $100 savings bond for the first prize winner, $50 savings bond for the second place, and $25 for the third. So there's a lot in it for you youngsters. Get you started with a nice savings plan, but most of all, you're going to enjoy the excitement of professional wrestling, and it's all at the hands of the Tonga Kid and Big Bubba. And remember, be sure wherever you go to the matches, be registering yourself for that prize of that Honda 4-Tracker 125 that we'll be giving away on Easter Sunday. So come on out and enjoy the matches, and we want to see all you kids at ringside for Texas All-Star Wrestling. Stay tuned now, because the $1 million man, Bruiser Brody, is next.
A lot of action coming to the Hill Country in the very near future. Texas All-Star Wrestling in Taylor, Tuesday night, March 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Los Globos Ballroom. Tickets at Sonic Drive-In, Los Globos Ballroom, and Fuentes Grocery. Then, Texas All-Star Wrestling is coming to the University of Texas campus, Friday, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. at the Gregory Gym, a special card sponsored by the University Blind Athletic Association. That night, you're going to be seeing the new Diablos, Tom Jones, the Magnificent Zulu versus Big Bubba, the Wild Samoans versus the Zambuis Express, and then the final event of the evening, a bunkhouse brawl, the most dangerous match in all of professional wrestling. Wrestlers wear whatever they want into the ring, bring whatever they want into the ring. No over-the-top rope eliminations, pinfall-only eliminations, last man standing wins $10,000. And part of that big action is going to be the Golden Boy, Mike Golden, the new USA Junior Heavyweight Champion, his manager, Fantasy. And I know you two are real happy about going to the University of Texas campus.
I'm happy because he's going to beat up some punks out there and take care of business like the class that he is.
Hey, tell all these people out there where we're from.
Well, as Mike Golden has told anybody numerous times, he is from Oklahoma, the state that has produced the national champion,
Tell all these
Oklahoma
people.
State.
Yeah, that's right. Tell them who was the national champions in football.
Let's say which college has the most Mercedes in its athletic dorm parking lot.
Hey, we don't care about that. We care about squashing people on football fields. You know what I
That's
mean?
right, you punk.
And I want to tell you something. University of Texas had 1 first down, so in my opinion, the only direction they knew which way to go was backwards. I'm going to tell you something. I'm from Oklahoma, and I'm proud of it. I'm a redneck. For $10,000, I'll throw her mother in the ring and beat her up, too. It don't matter to me, but I'm going to bring class to you, Daddy. University of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Golden Boy with Miss Fantasy, baby. We're going to tear the building down. We're going to rock and roll and strut and stroll. When you hear money for nothing, Daddy, we earned our way. Number 1.
That's right.
Well, Gary Hart, here's the match that you want everyone to see as we go now to the Hemisfair Arena, San Antonio, and pick up the introductions of Wahoo McDaniel as he prepares to meet the $1 million man, Bruiser Brody.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the evening is for the Texas Cup. It is 1 fall with a 60-minute time limit. Presenting first, the challenger. He is seconded tonight by the Texas Longrider. He is from Midland, Texas. He weighs 263 pounds. Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
Now from Santa Fe, New Mexico. with licensed paramedics and emergency ambulance service for his opponents. He is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling today. Get ready. Here he comes. Big, bad Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, we bad. You need wine.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Wild Bull Ayala is in the ring now. Pick up.
I want to challenge Bruiser Brody on the Texas Cup right here. Soon as possible. Soon as possible.
Well, the announcement you heard there, he wants Bruiser Brody. If Bruiser Brody successfully defends his Texas Cup, he wants to get him right here, Mark, at the earliest possible date.
Well, Bruiser Brody's a marked man, Steve. He won the Texas Cup.
Oh, look out. Here's Brody with a knee in the back of Ayala. They're out here onto the side. Oh, right into the steel post. Bruiser Brody has thrown the Wild Bull Ayala into the steel post. Now Brody has the chair. He's going after Ayala. Brody has got another chair. We're over here where Ayala is. Well, Mark, you can see.
McDaniel's got a 2x4. McDaniel's got the 2x4. Brody's got the chair. Ayala's got a forehead covered with blood.
Oh, there comes Brody back out. He's putting the boots to the Wild Bull Ayala. Gary Hart got the 2x4 from Wahoo McDaniel. Here's the Texas Longrider coming behind me. Here's the Wild Bull Ayala right here. Bruiser Brody is coming out onto the table. Bruiser Brody with a big kick. Bruiser Brody. As we pick up the Wild Bull Ayala, you can tell right there from that shot that the Wild Bull Ayala really got a lot of fun. Brody is clearing the house.
Bruiser Brody is turning this thing into a battlefield. It certainly can't be described as a wrestling match. The bell is rung. I hope we can stay with the broadcast as long as possible, because let's just say the equipment's in a precarious position right now.
Well, he's just missed the monitor 3 or 4 times. He's just cleaning up. I'm telling you, this Bruiser Brody is nuts.
And up in the ring, Wahoo McDaniel, he has a chair. He is patiently waiting. McDaniel, the veteran, who has wrestled stars all over the country, will not be intimidated by Brody's scare tactics.
Here comes Brody right in front of us. There goes that Gary Hart right along with him. Our main cameraman down here, Alex, following him around. Alex is out here on the floor following Bruiser Brody and Gary Hart. Of course, you always heard Gary Hart say, wherever he went, Alex goes along.
Well, 2 more chairs, and Bruiser Brody will have more chairs in the ring than I think we've got here at the Hemisfair. Now Brody's got the 2x4, pounding it on the press table. Hart trying to get Brody under some kind of a control. McDaniel now coming out on the apron. Bill takes the bell hammer. Hart and Brody are wrestling with a 2x4, and McDaniel takes the opportunity to knock him over the head with a bell hammer.
Well, he got the bell ringer, and Wahoo McDaniel, who can stay with anybody, is really pouring it on. Now, here comes the chair. We can't even get close to where we're supposed to be, Mark, so we might as well just stay back here.
Tomahawk chops by Wahoo McDaniel. One across the chest. Brody staggered, but he's not down. A 4th one by McDaniel. A 5th one by McDaniel. The Indian is enraged.
Oh, I love the way the Indian throws those big tomahawk chops. And he's got Brody backing away for a moment.
Easily the most devastating tomahawk chop in wrestling. Brody off the rope. That time, McDaniel telegraphed the tomahawk chop. Brody caught him with a boot, and now Brody's back on offense. He's got McDaniel in the rope, stomping away on him. The Longrider has returned, off-camera view, and he's got his bullwhip out. And McDaniel in trouble again.
I'd like to see the Longrider take that bullwhip, just put it right across the back or the ball head of Gary Hart. Here comes, whoa, what a collision.
Well, Brody may be the most impressive athlete for a big man in all of wrestling. You look at a 293-pound man with his power that also possesses the agility and mobility of a junior heavyweight, a second tackle by Brody, and you understand why he is the Texas Cup champion. Why he is, without a doubt, one of the top 5 wrestlers in all of professional wrestling.
Yeah, you may have took the bonnet, Gary Hart. He's bragging about the bonnet. They got the bonnet on the gurney there. There's the big boot, but I don't believe it's, there's that bonnet right on the gurney at ringside that they took from Wahoo in Florida.
Possession's 9/10 of the law, Steve. You don't know, you might not know how he got it, but the fact of the matter remains, he's got it. And right now, Wahoo McDaniel's getting a beating. As Brody follows him out, McDaniel retaliates with a forearm, or a chop across the chest. A second one's got Brody staggering. And these guys spend more time outside the ring than they have inside the ring. They're coming this way again, Steve.
Yeah, they're coming this way. There's Wahoo going right into the table. Very close to the monitor. Our main man, Alex, trying to get that monitor out of the way. They got it out of the way. Oh, nothing's safe here at ringside.
Unfortunately, I don't think we are either, but we'll stick it out. Now the two men are trading chops. This is where McDaniel has the advantage. McDaniel goes to the eyes. McDaniel and Brody again exchanging chops. McDaniel snatches the headlock. Brody whips him in the ropes. Check on the rebound. Neither man gaining the advantage. They'll lock up, go into the ropes, and Brody switches him.
Oh, Gary Hart reached for him and he missed him.
Brody off the rope.
The Longrider's got Gary Hart. The Longrider, look at him. He's got Gary Hart. Oh, there's the mask. Hey,
there's the
mask has come up, and guess who it was? I thought I got a quick glimpse.
Well, I'll go ahead and let you say it. Who did you think it was?
Well, it was very close. The mask came out. Where'd he go? I can't find him.
I don't know. He may have crawled under the ring. Hart and McDaniel are both. Again, Hart and Brody and McDaniel are both up.
Oh, hey, I can't believe. I would have never thought that Ayala could have ever made it back out.
Leg drop by Brody, but here is Ayala back on top of him. The Longrider has his mask back on. Longrider and Ayala are clearing the ring. Ayala decks Brody. Gary Hart catches a forearm. Hart bails out now. McDaniel, the Longrider, have recovered. Wild Bull Ayala is catching the fury, unleashing his fury on both Bruiser Brody and Gary Hart.
Oh, the Wild Bull is going crazy. He's going down the aisle now. He's chasing Bruiser Brody.
I have never seen Bruiser Brody run back to the dressing room. That is exactly what the Wild Bull Ayala is doing. We're going to follow this as far as we can. Ayala.
Wahoo is pounding on Gary Hart.
Ayala gets a lick in on Hart.
Well, I believe that Bruiser Brody has finally met his match. It looked like he was running from the Wild Bull Ayala.
Hey, let's be honest. There was 3 people, Scott Casey, Wahoo McDaniels, and Ayala with his fist taped. That's 3 against 1, brother. Bruiser Brody didn't run at all. He just tried to get in an area where he could get some room for fighting.
It wasn't Scott Casey. It was the Texas Longrider.
Now, wait a minute. What did you say when the mask come off? You said what? How did you phrase that?
Well, it happened so quick. I thought I got a glimpse of something, and before that, he was down under the ring.
You just about got ready to tell the truth, and you decided to tell a big lie. Just like you're sitting here lying after the people have the opportunity to see 3 men, Scott Casey, Chief Wahoo McDaniels, and Wild Bull Ayala, an ex-boxer with his fist taped up, hit the ring from behind and try to chop Big Bruiser Brody and I out. It wouldn't be the same situation, Ayala, if you get in the ring with Bruiser Brody one-on-one. We eat you like a boarding house pie because you ain't nothing but a stinking Latin. All Latins are the same. They talk about macho. The only time you're macho is when you're slapping around your wife, sucker. And you probably a wife beater, too. On top of it, you're a liar, pants on fire with Scott Casey, and we all know it. And you are a complete
Well, let me tell you what. Ayala came down to the ring as a gentleman and a professional wrestler, challenging your man, Bruiser Brody. And
Is
Bruiser
that how
Brody
Mexican gentlemen act? I guess that's the way a Mexican gentleman acts. Excuse me. I forget that the Mexicans are lowlife.
Well, I'm sure our Mexican wrestling fans feel the same way about you, Gary Hart.
That's one great thing about being an American, isn't it?
Let me tell you that next week, you think Bruiser Brody's so tough. We're going to show the fans a match from Odessa, Texas, where he met the new Big Bubba, and what a fighter Bubba is. Well, you don't think Big Bubba can handle Bruiser Brody?
Not the best day he ever lived. This particular night, you know it, and I know it. Bruiser Brody had a flu virus. He shouldn't even have been in the arena. Won't you tell the truth? He had 101 temperature, and this great big goof was knocked down and nearly put out. And Texas All-Star Wrestling ran some wrestlers into the ring to save Big Bubba.
Well, it was a brawl, that's for sure. But the men that come in to stop the brawl ended up laying on the ring. Paul Diamond's career in Texas All-Star Wrestling was ended. He had to be carried out on a gurney.
It's a shame, isn't it? A great young athlete like himself. Whatever happened to the American force? They got lost somewhere when they got him with heavy numbers. Big Bubba, I will agree with you, is a better wrestler now than he was a few months ago. But he ain't no big Bruiser Brody.
That's our main event next week.
Do you think
Your
he can handle
$1 million
it?
man, Bruiser Brody, against Big Bubba from Odessa, Texas.
You actually going to tell these people that Bubba can handle him?
Stay tuned, because the United States heavyweight champion, Austin Idol, is next here on Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Hold it!
Now drop it.
Texas All-Star Wrestling close-up here at the Hemisfair Arena tonight. We're with the new United States heavyweight champion, Austin Idol, who will be making his first defense of his crown here in Texas.
And as you can see, and as you can hear right here, that the people here in San Antonio, Texas, they love Austin Idol. And I can certainly understand why by looking amongst this crowd. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to sell Texas short. We got a whole bunch of people here tonight, and they came here for one reason, to look at me, the women's pet, the men's regret. And San Antonio, and it makes no difference where else, they ain't seen nothing yet. Steve, I know you're dying to ask me a question before you do. I can't understand. Oh, yes, I can. I can understand why these people are so jealous. And now I'm going to point one out in particular. There's a girl right here that evidently needs to go on a diet. Matter of fact, she needs to go on a 21-day fast. She needs to be locked in her bedroom, nothing but bread and water for 21 days and lose some weight. She wants to have a chance at a date with Austin Idol. She is out of it. She's eliminated. I've done eliminated her already from the contest. She will not be in the contest or win a date with Austin Idol.
Well, now let's talk about wrestling. I'll have to say that you winning the United States Heavyweight Championship and traveling around the world, you put a little class into the belt. You are an outstanding athlete, and I know you'll be defending that crown wherever you go with great pride.
Listen, you know, there's no question about it. When I first came here, I told you, I told everybody else, you're looking at a dude that has been places and is going other places. I said when I came here, I was going to win the coveted, the most prestigious, the United States. And if you want to take a good close-up of the belt, cameraman, you feel free to do so, baby. The United States heavyweight champion right here. And I ain't no local yokel, brother. I don't plan on just staying right here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to be all over the country. Promoters already have contacted me. They're contacting the promoters here. They say, we want Austin Idol in San Francisco. We want Austin Idol in Memphis, Tennessee. We want Austin Idol even down in Pensacola, Florida. We want him in Louisville, Kentucky. We want him in Miami Beach.
We want them in Colorado. We want them anywhere we can get in Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York City, Washington, D.C. As long as we can get Austin out, we know that we have truly garnered, we have truly procured the greatest all-around athlete of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Not only promoters want Austin out, a lot of wrestlers like to get their hands on you and take that title away from you.
Oh, of course, there's jealousy no matter what you're doing. If you're out digging a ditch, if you're working in the back of a backhoe, if you're a construction man, if you're an electrician, if you're a doctor, if you're an attorney, if you're a baseball player, you're a basketball player, a football player, or if you are Austin Idol, of course, you're going to have people that are going to be jealous. But you see what it is, Steve? It's the old saying, Steve, is that when you get to the top of the mountain, all the hungry rules are climbing up the side of the mountain. They're digging, they're scratching, they're clawing, trying to get to the pinnacle, trying to get to the summit, trying to get to the zenith. And there's only room for one of them, and it just so happens that I'm on top of it.
In other words, you don't plan on ever losing that title the way you're talking.
Of course, I do nothing by fluke. Everything I do is on purpose. Everything I do is real, brother. And it just so happens this is real, I'm real, and I will keep this belt as long as I want to. And should I decide that I want to take it from my waist, I'll retire it. She really needs to lose some weight. You go on the Austin Out 21-day fast, okay?
Good luck to you as you travel around the world.
Always remember one thing, one Caesar in Rome, one Caesar in wrestling. You're looking at it, baby. Eat your heart out, guys.
Austin Idol. There you have him, ladies and gentlemen. That's our Texas All-Star close-up today.
Well, next week, your personal friend, the United States heavyweight champion Austin Idol, will be here on Texas All-Star Wrestling, defending that coveted crown against the Tonga Kid.
A real treat. Anytime you can sit down in your living room and have an opportunity to see an international star, and on top of that, the United States heavyweight champion, the most traveled wrestler to ever hold the United States title. Am I not right?
That's right, and that's next week right here on Texas All-Star Wrestling, the Tonga Kid against Austin Idol. I want to remind all you kids that wherever Texas All-Star Wrestling is held during the month of March up until Easter Sunday, you can register for this beautiful Honda 4-Tracker 125. You'd like to have that, wouldn't you?
Ooh, I have two little boys at home. Would love to have something like that. I mean, what a treat for a kid. I mean, can you imagine summer vacation is coming, the beach, out in the hill country, out up in the desert of West Texas, wherever. I mean, what a great way for a kid to spend the summer.
That's a beautiful Honda 4-Tracker 125 from Cycle World Honda, San Antonio, Texas. And we're going to give that away Easter Sunday, but wherever Texas All-Star Wrestling is held, you can register, so don't miss it.
That's an expensive item, too. I mean, something like that costs a high dollar.
One of you lucky fans are going to win it. Anybody can register, not just kids, anybody. Stay tuned, because we'll be back.
What about big, fat, ugly women?
Well, like anybody. I said anybody can register.
Well, I guess that includes you.
Stay tuned, because we'll be back with our next exciting match right after this.
Excited about the two cards coming up to the Hill Country. Texas All-Star Wrestling in Taylor, Texas, Tuesday night, March 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Los Globos Ballroom. Advance tickets available at Sonic Drive-In, Los Globos Ballroom, and Fuentes Grocery. And then Texas All-Star Wrestling makes its first visit to the University of Texas campus, Bubba. We're going to be at the Gregory Gym Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. in a special card sponsored by the University Blind Athletic Association. That night, you're going to be seeing the new Diablos in action, Tom Jones in action, among others. Then, a triple main event. Big Bubba, you're going to go into the ring against the magnificent Zulu. The Wild Samoans take on the Zambui Express. And then in the final event of the evening, the most dangerous match in all of professional wrestling, a bunkhouse brawl. Wrestlers wear anything they want to into the ring. They bring anything they want to in the ring. No over-the-top rope eliminations. Pinfall-only eliminations. Last man standing wins $10,000. Bubba, I know you've got a lot of good friends up there in Austin, and it's going to be your first chance to see some of them at the University of Texas campus.
That's right, and I can't think of a better place than the University of Texas campus. One of the top universities in the whole United States. I want all my friends to come out and enjoy some good wrestling. I got the fabulous Zulu from Africa. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to take Armand Hussein, I'm going to grab his soup bowl and stick it where the sun don't shine. And if he can make it back for that bunkhouse battle royal, let me tell you, I can tape my fist, I can use my belt, I can wear steel-toe work boots. It doesn't matter what I carry in the ring or how I use it. But, baby, when I get those people in the ring, it's going to be pandemonium. I'm going to beat them, kick them, whatever it takes, but I'm going to win that match.
Kids' tickets only $3, by the way, for both of those big cards. Bubba, this is the most dangerous match. Your career's on the line that night in Austin.
Let me tell you something. If he's bad enough to get in the ring, I hope he's bad enough to take the punishment I'm going to inflict on his body, because it's going to be pain. You know what that is, don't you?
And there's a lot of action in the hill country this week.
The excitement you're enjoying tonight will be live at the Guadalupe County Coliseum in Seguin, Texas on Monday, March the 17th. It's Texas All-Star Wrestling Television on the road. The whole crew will be there, all the cameramen, all the stars. And I'm sure that Gary Hart and the $1 Million Man will make an appearance.
We'll be around because when Texas All-Star comes to town, all the stars come, and the number one star is Bruiser Brody, not the Tonga Kid.
I want to see you all in Seguin at the Guadalupe County Coliseum. Now, let's pick up our next match as the Golden Boy in the ring against Buddy Moreno.
There's the experience of Buddy Moreno, working from the disadvantage. Headbutt by Golden. Golden quickly back on offense. Drives Moreno head first into the turnbuckle. Now he's got a choke on Moreno. Forearms him in the corner, in the ropes. Whips him across the ring. Moreno wants a sunset flip. He hooks him. One. This time, Moreno drives the leg through the side of the head to break the scissors. Moreno stomping on, or Golden stomping on the hand of Moreno. Raking the eyes. Fantasy watching at ringside. She's got her champion in control of the match. Snap mare by Golden. Now he'll drive the knee into the back while leaning back on the chin. Golden with a 7-pound weight advantage going into this junior heavyweight title match, using his weight to wear Golden down. Notice the way Golden is always leaning on Moreno whenever he has the advantage, making Moreno labor by carrying those extra 7 pounds. Chandler checking to see if Moreno might want to concede here. Golden's grimacing. He's got this match right where he wants it. Again, applying pressure on the chin lock. But as we saw just a moment ago when Moreno used a reverse sunset flip out of the buckle, that Moreno, an experienced veteran, can work from the disadvantage. Moreno now comes to his feet. Clubbing an elbow to the side of the head. A second one by Moreno. Moreno off the rope. Next Golden with a body check. Moreno back off the rope. And Golden catches him with a knee to the midsection. Stomp to the top of the head. Moreno came off those ropes twice, and that gave Golden a chance to set. Full Nelson, Fantasy up on the apron. Golden going up where Moreno is. Moreno breaks the full Nelson. He decks Golden. Golden maybe going to his tights. Moreno continues to argue with Fantasy. I can't see. Moreno definitely has some type of an object. He is Moreno from behind. The cover. 1, 2, 3. That will be all. There's the bell. Fantasy. Golden back on his feet. Moreno body slams Golden. Golden gets the object out of the tights by Moreno. The referee, there's the object held by Buddy Moreno. And referee Eric Chandler will reverse the decision. Chandler will reverse the decision. And now Moreno looks like he might return the favor. Golden quickly exiting the ring. Discretion being the better part of valor. Chandler declaring Moreno the winner. Chandler disqualifying Golden for the use of a foreign object. Of course, Fantasy on the house mic. A very irate Fantasy.
Well, she's got it. That's right. Next week, she'll put the Golden Boy in the ring here on Texas All-Star Wrestling against Buddy Moreno. And the special stipulations will be this, that if Buddy Moreno wins the match, Miss Fantasy must kiss him in front of the crowd and also proclaim on the microphone that he is the most macho man she ever met. The other way, if the Golden Boy wins, Buddy Moreno must serve as a servant for the day to Miss Fantasy.
Latins do very good housework, yard work. They're similar to Chinese, so he's probably fitted for that. But he's not fit to kiss a good-looking woman like that.
Well, we'll find out next week here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Stay tuned because the Texas Tag Team Championship on the line.
My boy.
Right after this. From H&H Associates, now come the Texas Tag Team Champions, El Madril and the Magnificent Zulu. They're going to put their titles on the line against the Wild Bull Ayala and the Texas Longrider.
I told you when I got these belts in control, I want to make all the money I can off of them.
Let's go now and join Mark Nolte at ringside at the Hemisfair Arena for this championship match.
Madril takes the leg out from underneath him, keeps him from getting to the corner. Smart move by Madril. There's the tag. Here comes Zulu.
The size of this guy as he comes into the ring now, and Madril doesn't leave before he gets another lick in. As Zulu continues to pound, and the Wild Bull Ayala brings him all the way across the ring, whips him into the corner.
Zulu charging in, speed first to the midsection. Ayala trying to fight back. He's absorbed a lot of punishment. This is where the power of Ayala comes in. Absorbing the punishment, still finding the inner reserve. Now Ayala stomping to the chest and midsection area of the Magnificent Zulu. There's the tag. Here comes the Texas Longrider. Longrider and Ayala double whip Zulu into the ropes. Double elbow on the rebound. Now let's just see what the Longrider can do on offense.
As we looked at Longrider, everybody's saying that's Scott Casey, Mark. We were somewhere here the past week, and everybody's saying that's Scott Casey, and Scott Casey, this girl was sitting behind me, and she says, that can't be Scott Casey because his body never looked that good. So, you see there, everybody's got an opinion.
I'm not getting into this. I am not getting into that discussion. Atomic drop by the Longrider. He continues the offense. Here comes Madril. Madril misses a roundhouse right, and he gets atomic drop.
Oh, Madril really outside. We pick him up. He almost went into the crowd.
Madril and Zulu, who were out. Here comes the Longrider back after Zulu. He's going to bring Zulu around the ring, and he'll put him head first into the buckle. The Longrider has things rolling now. Madril back in the ring. Ayala there to greet him. Outside is Madril, Zulu and the Longrider. The referee getting back in the ring.
That's hard to keep up. Our cameraman trying to keep up with all the action. Here comes Madril right here.
Ayala plants Madril into the timekeeper's table. The Longrider back up into the ring. Chandler trying to get some semblance of control back. Chandler trying to get Zulu, who's the legal man from his team, back into the ring. The Longrider there to meet him. The two men exchange blows. Zulu into the eye. Zulu with a clubbing forearm. And the Longrider trying to get Zulu out of the corner before Madril can get back in there. Smart move by the Longrider.
And now he finds himself being squeezed right there, but he used that head and gets it broken. There's a forearm.
Literally and figuratively. Now he's in the wrong corner. Madril and Zulu double teaming him. Exchange of chops between the Longrider and Zulu. The Longrider goes in the eyes a couple of times.
Well, he's just trying to pay him back a little bit, and I don't blame him, but he better get out of that corner because there's three of them over there.
The key to tag team wrestling, cutting the ring off, keeping your opponent in your half of the ring. And when Zulu and Madril have had control of this match, as they do now, that is what they have done well. They've cut off the ring. Zulu pummels Madril in the corner, or pummels the Longrider in the corner. Madril on the outside, conferring with Hussein about something. They continue to pummel the Longrider into the ropes. Gut shot by Zulu on the rebound. Double forearm to the back, a forearm to the back. Zulu in control, and they're going to take the Longrider back out of the ring.
Now he's outside. Here comes Madril right out there with him. There's Madril with the Longrider. Madril pops him right on the nose, rakes the fingers down the back. And now Madril is doing what he likes to do best as the referee, Harry Chandler, was tied up with Zulu.
Here comes Ayala. Madril will get back up into the ring. The champions, Zulu and Madril in the ring. The challengers for the Texas Tag title on the floor. Madril comes out on the apron for a shot. Now Longrider takes a chair up in the ring. Chandler trying to get this thing under control. And now Zulu and Madril are on the floor. As Longrider throws the chair out after him. Madril and Zulu climb back up on the apron. I don't know if the referee now is even sure who the two legal men are. Madril comes in legally as the long rider goes after Zulu on the apron. Here comes Ayala. The long rider, he's pushed back by Madril and the referee. Now Ayala going to work on Madril. Goes to work on Zulu. The long rider with a second win. Some type of a rope by Madril. He whips the long rider in. Hits him in the midsection. He'll whip the long rider off again. Misses. Chopped by the long rider. The rope goes flying. The long rider gets the bullwhip. He's choking Madril with the bullwhip, Steve.
Oh, he's got him now. Madril trying to get away. He's just like hog tying him. He can't get anywhere.
Chandler gets pushed off by the long rider who tried to get him off Madril. Ahmad Hussein gets pushed away. On the camera. There they go now. Zulu and Ayala battling it out. A lot of action going on now as Pandemonium is broken loose. Hussein receives a short right hand. Madril still getting choked by the Texas Long Rider. Here comes Zulu. There's the bell. As Harry Chandler...
It's going to be an interesting decision here.
Chandler did his best to keep this match going as long as it can go. But in the end, he finally had to call for some type of a disqualification. Ayala and Zulu battling it out on the apron. The long rider still continues to be choked by Madril with the bullwhip. Hussein trying to pull Ayala away from Zulu. Finally, the long rider's got the whip out from around.
Well, the decision on the match was the Texas Long Rider and the Wild Bull disqualified for the Long Rider using that whip and bringing it into the ring.
Not to forget about the chair that he had in earlier, and then the whip. That just goes to prove to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that is Scott Casey. Because Scott Casey is the type of guy that does things like that.
You keep saying Scott Casey, Scott Casey. How are you going to prove it, Scott Casey?
I'll make an offer that no one can hardly refuse. I challenge Scott Casey. Get yourself a tag team partner. We'll make it in a cage match. So when Bruiser Brody takes the mask off, you won't be able to roll underneath the ring. And if you got any guts, Long Rider, you will accept my challenge. Get yourself a partner. Get it in the cage. I'll get Bruiser Brody a partner, and we'll make sure that everybody knows Scott Casey is the Texas Long Rider.
Well, what if the Texas Long Rider gets Big Bubba?
Oh, I want the best one he could find, and Bubba probably is exactly the one.
Who is Bruiser Brody's partner going to be in the cage?
You know that I have a vast organization of talent that I can choose from.
You won't tell us.
Why should I?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we can look forward to that. I want to see who you will team up with Bruiser Brody to put in a cage.
Wise men
the Long Rider and whoever he shoots out. Stay tuned because there's more of Texas All-Star Wrestling coming up right after this.
I know who it's going to be, though.
Well, would you tell me?
Why should I? You'll tell the people.
In Taylor, Texas, Tuesday, March 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Los Globos Ballroom. And then at the University Texas campus in Austin, Texas, Friday, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. at the Gregory Gym. Special card sponsored by the University Blind Athletic Association. That night, you're going to be seeing the Wild Samoans, Kokina, and Sika against the Zambui Express. The Tonga Kid will be entered in a bunkhouse brawl. Anything goes. Wear what you want to in the ring. Tonga Kid.
You know what I'm going to wear. First of all, I want you to deliver a message to Al Madril. Okay, will you do that for me? Let me tell you something, Al Madril. You come out here, you say a lot of bad things about the Island Boys. You make fun of us. You make fun of the Wild Samoans. You make fun of the Tonga Kid. Well, let me tell you something, brother. I don't like that, man. My friend don't like it. Nobody likes you, Al Madril. Not here in the state of Texas, baby. You understand me, boy? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Al Madril. I hope you deliver that message to him. Watch out, Al Madril. I'm going to get ready and get down.
Well, it's been one exciting hour of Texas All-Star Wrestling today, Gary Hart, but next week, I think we're really going to show the fans some of the best action they've ever seen on television in wrestling.
That's why they call it Texas All-Star. In every match, you have a competitor and you have a star.
Of course, you've got a lot of stake next week in two matches. We're going to show the first title defense in Texas for Austin Idol. Your man, you pulled him out of the Bay back of many few years, and you
Let's
kept
say we
close
helped
contact.
one another.
Austin Idol will be going up against the high-flying and exciting Tonga Kid, the man who has taken Texas by storm.
Number 1 rated contender by the Board of Directors of Texas All-Star Wrestling. So it proves that Austin Idol does defend against the number 1 contender recognized by the competition committee. We can't say he's trying to sidestep anyone.
And Bill Apter has called from New York. He wants more information on the Tonga Kid, and he's heard about the ringing of the bells down here for the Tonga Kid.
The Tonga Kid, he's created a sensation here like he does everyone else. The kids of Texas and the kids of the world love the Tonga Kid.
And also next week, the $1 million man, Bruiser Brody, in the Ector County Coliseum in Odessa against the new Big Bubba, and what a brawl that was.
Never saw a fight like that in my life, and I've been in the wrestling a long time, and I've watched a lot of fights. But this was amazing.
I couldn't believe it. The men who came in to break it up were left laying in the ring, and Texas All-Star Wrestling favorite Paul Diamond had to be carried out on the stretcher.
Shows you, when you get the very best, such as Bruiser Brody, nobody can stand up to him.
Well, someday, and it may be just the new Bubba next week, may take care of Bruiser Brody.
I can't dispute that, but I will say this. Bubba, be a man about it and take your licking like a man, because the man that's going to be giving it to you is the very best in wrestling.
Thank you very much. For Gary Hart and Steve Stack from Texas All-Star Wrestling, San Antonio, Texas, we'll see you next week.